folks, we're live now. Bismillah. Right, use the information that 23 times by 68 is 1564. Work out the value of these particular questions without using calculator. So let's have a look at those questions. Come on, okay, come on, sit down, put them inside there. Here we go. So 23 times by 68 is 1564. Set the back, sit smaller. Okay, now, what we have to look in these questions is this. Here's the original value. Go sit there. Here's the new value, we've got 2.3. Okay. How did 23 become 2.3? What do we do with the decimal point? We divide it by 10. Now, this is a multiplication type question. If we divide the original one by 10, what happens to the answer? That's divided by also by 10 as well. So the answer should have been 1564 if it was the original question. But now what we're going to do, if we, in the question, if we do an adjustment here, if we make the question 10 times smaller, we must make the answer also 10 times smaller. So that's the effect of that part into the question. So the final answer here should be 15. Okay, this work you should be doing in your books, folks. Copy out the question, do it in your books. Don't do it on the sheet because you need the sheet for homework. Clean sheet. 156.4. What's this? Okay. Spare one, keep this over here. This side over here. Just one there. Doesn't matter. Okay, 156.4.
No one's got books. Everyone's got all the paper.
Okay, hang on 1 second. Right, you can write the paper, that's fine. I'll make another cup for you and leave. Take it. Right, let's move on to part C. Right, in part C, if you look over here, I'm going to rub that off now. Can you please copy this stuff down as we go along? So part C, we have a 0.23. Now you have to look at the original question here. 23 has been made into 0.33. What have they done to 23? They made it this time 100 times smaller? 100 times smaller. Okay? They've made the original 23 100 times smaller. The 68, has it changed?
No.
No. So the answer should have been 1564 if we didn't change anything. Now we have to look, what has our change in the question? What kind of change has it caused in the answer? If we make this part of the question 100 times smaller, we must make the answer also 100 times smaller, giving us a final answer of 15.64. Okay. Right. Let's have a look at question. Okay, this is a good question now. Look at F. Question F. We have 230 times by 6.8. Now, the original 23 has become 230. What did they do to this one? They made it 10 times? 10 times bigger. The 68 has become 6.8, so they made that part of the answer 10 times smaller. So the answer should have been originally 1564. Now what is the effect of making it 10 times bigger and 10 times smaller? What do they do to each other? They stay the same. They cancel each other out. So in a sense what you've done is you've gone 10 times smaller and then you've gone 10 times bigger. You went back where you started with. So you went back and then you went forward. So in a sense you cancel it out. So the answer stays the same in this type of question. So those two changes, they undo each other. They cancel each other out. Okay, now let's have a look at this next question. It's a good one, G. So we have now, in G, we started off with 23, so 23 became 2,300. So they made the question, this part of the question, 100 times bigger? 100. Now, 68, originally 68 became 680. How many times they made it bigger now? 110. So altogether they made it 100 times bigger? 1,000 times bigger. So now our answer, which should have been 1564, won't be 10 times bigger or 100 times bigger. It will be 1,000 times bigger. And we can make it 1,000 times bigger as quickly as that. Okay, we done that? Right, next. Let's have a look what happens when we divide. And let's have a look at the original question. We have 1564, so look at this one over here. if I rearrange this question, 1564 divided by 12. So 1564, if you divide it by 23, what should you get? You should get 68. That's the original question. That's the original value. Let's now modify it to look like the question. So 1564 has stayed the same. The 23 has become what? So what have we done? Made it 10 times? Now when we make the bottom of the division part 10 times smaller, how does that affect the answer? Does it also make it smaller? No, it does the opposite. It makes it 10 times bigger. So depending on where the change is, you'll get a different answer. So the answer will be 680 is the final answer for this question here. Okay, right. Folks, I want you to try the remaining question which we haven't done yet. Right, okay folks, we're back live. I'm going to clear the page and go through the question that you're supposed to be doing. Right, which question are you supposed to be doing? B, D, E, H, and I. Let's quickly, and J. Let's quickly do this question, folks. Let's do as 23 times by 68. We should originally get what answer? 1564. Now let's have a look at how we have changed the question. 23 became 2.3, so we made it 10 times smaller. 68 became 6.8, so we made that 10 times smaller. So we got to make our final answer 100 times smaller, 100 times smaller. Effect of both of them. Okay? So the final answer should be, and that one should be 15.64. Next one, 2.3 times by 0.68. So if you've done the original values, so let's put the original number down and see how it changes that. Hassan, are you marking your work as you're going along? Yeah? So 23 to 2.3, what do we do? 10 times smaller. And the 68 to 0.67 makes 100 times smaller? 100. So how many times smaller we can do altogether? 1000. 1, 2, 3. So that's the net effect on the answer, and that one's done. Next one. 230. From 23 to 230, what have they done? Let's put the original number down first of all, 1564. So if we make the first number 10 times bigger, we make the answer 10 times bigger. And the 68 stays the same. So that's the final answer.
Sir,
Yeah. Oh, it's 4?
Yeah.
Thank you. Put the 4 back in. Yeah. 156400. Good. Now we have a division situation. If we got 1564, we divide it by the 23.
Had you put one extra 0 in there? It's supposed to be 15640.
Yeah.
Because it's time by 10.
Okay, thank you. This is go back a bit. Wee. Right, thank you for that, folks. That would have been a mess when that got uploaded. So 1564 is the original. I think I got confused with the question I copied down, and that's the extra 0.
Yeah, that's it.
Lovely. Next one, 1564 divided by 23. Now, here's the original value. Here's the original value. So in this case, what happens? Nothing. Have you changed anything?
Nope.
68 is the answer, finished. Next one. What's happened to the 23 has become 2.3. The number that we divided by, if that becomes 10 times smaller, the answer becomes 10 times bigger. So 680, rather than becoming smaller, becomes 680, 10 times bigger. Next one. So let's have a look. Here's the original one. So the original question should look like this. 1564, we divide it by 23, yeah?
No, it's...
That's the original question. We work on the original one. That should give us an answer of 68. I'm going to see how the original question has changed, and then we modify our answer accordingly. So let's have a look. Now, 1564, what have they done to that? We made 10 times bigger. The bottom number stayed there. So if you make the top number bigger, the answer will definitely be also bigger. When you make the top number bigger, it goes through the answer. When you make the bottom number bigger, it makes the top one smaller. So it has the opposite effect on the bottom. Okay, that one's done. Are we happy with that, folks? Yes? Okay.